All right, guys, top of the morning. Happy Friday, August 29th, coming to you alive, coming to you well, coming to you ready, and coming to you super, super prepared and well thought out. And the reason why is that my first calls on Friday are at 5 a.m. And so I have to be up super early. I have to prepare. We have alumni. We have a meeting in the office today in Stockton. And so there's a lot of things that have to happen before, because I also have to take baby to school. I have to get him ready. I have to make sure he brushes his teeth, all the things, you guys. So I know you're busy. I'm busy as well, but it's all about preparation, right? I'm not going to allow things to fall because I did not prepare properly the night before and the morning of. So if that means that I lose a little bit of sleep, that's okay. I'll make it up tomorrow, it being the weekend. So we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off, you guys. I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field. As always, this person is going to set the tone, set the sentiment, and share with us their high level thoughts. And that person is going to be Ashley. Since you are here, your camera's on. Also, encouraging everybody in the back of the room, throw your cameras on, be here, be in this moment. Let's go, Ashley. What do we got for them?
Good morning. So, on that same line of thought, I think the most powerful skill that you can develop is forward thinking. Where on Friday, on Sundays, or sometime over the weekend, sit down and think about the rest of your week. How can you remove friction? How can you set up a process? How can you think about dinners? How can you think about all of those little things that you will just run into and will slow you down through the week? How can you plan and then make sure that there's no friction in your week and you are as effective as possible?
Ashley, I absolutely love that. You guys, I do this meal prep service. I pick it up on Sunday, have all my meals prepped and ready. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to scramble. I don't have to go and pick up food while I'm on the road between meetings, going to the different offices. And so, yeah, really start thinking about it. And I've been on this vein lately. Like, I want everyone to slow down. Right. I know we're driving our production for the last part of the year. But before you really turn up the notch, before you turn up that level of intensity, what I want everybody to do is to schedule some you time for you to reflect on your business, reflect on your health, reflect on your relationships, reflect on life. Just literally sit down and do some reflecting. I want you guys to be very, very clear. And I want you to have some intentionality, because what we do is we're really good in the pocket. And I want us to stop just working in the pocket, working in the moment. Like, spend some time, right? That's 2 hours, 3 hours, just writing, whiteboarding with yourself, having a board meeting with yourself and saying, okay, what are some things that I need to improve upon? Because if you continue to go and go and go, things are going to fall through the cracks. You're going to miss opportunities. You're not going to look at your business as a true CEO. So as we get to the close of the year, I want you guys, before we go full tilt, before you launch your marketing, before you do all the things, before you run your sprint, I want you guys to slow down, take a deep breath, plan, prep, prepare, rehearse, do whatever you got to do to make sure that you're ready. But you guys need to spend some time in stillness. We don't do enough of that. We work very, very well in the pocket, very well in the moment. And so I want you guys to make sure that you're spending some time reflecting and doing some deeper work before we get into the new year. So you guys, before we get rolling, I want to always ask you guys to share with me some action. And this is you, Cece. What up, big dog? Sorry, I haven't seen Cece in a minute. How you doing? I think she's trying to find that
Sorry.
mute button.
I'm good. It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you as well. We've missed your face. We've missed your contributions. So thanks for being here.
Likewise.
Appreciate it. I know that you got some things going on, moving multiple plates, but you're here now, and that's what means the world to me. So good to see your face. As
Thank
always
you.
on Friday, I want to go around the room. I want to hear some action that you guys have taken and what have been the results in your business. So I need 3 people to kick us off on this beautiful Friday morning. Share with me the action, what you did this week, and what were the results in your business. So I have 1. I'm not going to go any further until I get 2 more people in the queue. It could be an appointment that you said. It could be, I got Oliver, I got Lisa, I need 1 more. It could be an appointment. It could be fitness. I don't care what it is. But before I go there, Stephanie, you had said that you were going to do some things last week, and you committed to the room and you made some declarations. I want to go over to you, Stephanie. I want to hear your contributions. I'm going to have you start this whole thing off. And so let's go, Steph. What do you got for us? And make sure if you threw your hand up, keep that hand up. I don't want to miss you. Stephanie, what do you got for us, big dog?
Hi guys. Yes, I have been doing my morning walks, just a brisk morning walk. So for me, like I turn 40 tomorrow, and
Wait, you turned 40? I
tomorrow.
thought you were in your early 30s, Steph.
Oh, thank you. No. Yeah,
She said,
no, big 4-0 tomorrow, and I've been running around doing things. My daughter's quinceañera is next week, so I'm totally focused on that. But Mother Nature gave me an extra 4 pounds for no reason. Happy birthday, Steph. Here you go. Nothing's changed in my diet at all. So I'm like, oh, hell no. I got to get my ass out there and walking because this is 40, right? I need to make sure I'm active so I can live a long time. I want to see my grandbabies one day. So I have been doing that. And I think once after the quince, I want to try to get into something more fun, like kickboxing. I like active things where I'm instructed, and I don't do well if I'm just sitting there trying to work out on my own. So
okay.
I'm going to look for something like that to do.
All right. So, hey, listen, if you want a recommendation, if you're ready for it, I do have a coach. I can recommend that coach to you. He lays everything out for me. But also, I want to encourage you to do the MyFitnessPal app, the pro version of it, and just start tracking every single thing that you eat. And so if you have a daily target of 1,700 calories or whatever your number is, it breaks it down of like, what are the macros that you need to be eating every single day? And you'll be surprised how quick things add up. I'm sticking to a diet, but like, if we track every single thing, we'll notice that we're putting in extra stuff. I noticed it about myself. I'm like, damn, I got to 2,400 calories by like 4 p.m. I'm like, well, shit, there goes my whole day of calories. And so it's like, when you start tracking it, you really start to get in tune with like every little, even the handful of sunflower seeds. You're like, damn, is it really that much? The handful of nuts, the apple, like it starts to really add up. And so excited for you. I'm glad you're doing your walking. Did you drop the videos that we talked about last week?
I have not. No, I did not do the videos.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Here's a gentle push for you. In the realm of possibility, could you have done it?
Yeah, I could have done it.
Okay. So what's the biggest thing standing in your way right now?
I think the biggest thing, I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment. I had 5 closings this month. So, and my daughter's quinceañera, let me tell you, this is like orchestrating a Broadway production. It is intense. And so after my cousin passed, we didn't do anything for a long time. So now it's like crunch time, which I don't recommend if anyone is ever throwing a quinceañera. Do not wait till the last minute. So yeah, I'm just totally overwhelmed with that, but I definitely could have time blocked and done the videos. It's just right now, like my focus is not there. My focus is with my work and the party.
Well, I want to switch your focus here. My hope is that we're going to continue to have these conversations until it changes. You see, the focus is that all these beautiful things that you're doing in your life, that is the content, right? It's not like, oh, let me think of something educational to post about, interest rates or the market or the jobs report. Okay, that's all good and well, but like your life is the content. Like orchestrating a Broadway play. Well, in my world, it's my daughter's quinceañera. If you're doing this, here's some things that you should do, should not do, and here's some things that I wish I would have done differently, right? Your life is the content. So share with us, your audience, your daily sitcom. And it could be the good, bad, and the ugly and everything in between, but there's always time for social media. There's always time as long as you're conscious about documenting your journey. And so I would just want to push you and continue to push you and could be that voice in your head to say, all right, let me just document this journey. Whatever you are doing, I promise you, it's probably pretty interesting to your audience because I would watch it.
Thank you, Elias. Yeah, you're right. I should.
Push. I'm going to continue to push till you either do it or just say, I'm not coming to coaching anymore. And I don't want the laugh. And I don't care what side.
I appreciate it. No, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. So continue calling me out. I will do
Let's go. Let's go. Stephanie, it's really good to see your face. And yes, you do look a lot younger than 40. But Ashley, I'm going to go to you. I just got your text message. So are you saying you want me to do a breakdown of how people derive their GCI? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yeah, so you've shown that math equation a million times, like on coaching, but it does not stick in my head for whatever reason. And at one point you said you'd do a video. So I've been waiting.
Shit. Okay, you gotta hold me to this. So I think this is an editable video. I think that if I can have them do a napkin presentation, I think that would land. And so listen, By Wednesday, you call me and ask me if that video has been set to the Shredditors, and I will commit to getting that to the Shredditors because thank you for the reminder. I know you and I have been going back and forth on mindset stuff, and I got to get you the books and stuff. So yes, yes, GCI video. Let's go, Lisa Torres. Lisa Torres, let's go wins. Excuse me. Action that you've taken this week, and what were the results? I see you. You're submitting offers. You got some good shit going on. What do you got for us?
Good morning. Yes, so my actionable items. One, I am trying to get caught up. We have an event in Fairfield for the senior center. So that's a big one. And but on a personal note, so I went to Patty's. She had an event in Sacramento about 3 weeks ago, and she was talking about reaching out to businesses. And so I was able to connect with an old friend from Kaiser. We're going to sit down and try and get something on the books to present to staff at Kaiser. And then also, I have a friend who's in PR that does PR for a Hispanic medical association. So, those are my two big actionable items this last 2 weeks.
Beautiful. I absolutely love this. And listen, if you're going to be going into Kaiser, oftentimes people go to like respiratory centers, they go to like chiropractor offices, and what they do is they'll like bring pastries and they'll leave their card there. I've said this time and time again. If you're going to go into a place where there's doctors, nurses, people are going to go into the break room, eat the donuts, eat the pastries that you bring, the box should be your branding. It shouldn't be a card that goes on top with a piece of duct, or excuse me, with a piece of scotch tape. That whole entire box is your branding. It's got your logo on the top. It's got your Instagram on the side. And it's like, thank you for doing everything that you do to the medical staff or the medical team. But you can buy those boxes for super cheap on Etsy, or you can go to Amazon, but you brand that whole entire box with your colors, with your logos, with your hashtag. And then you can start to get more following from those people. And the hope is that they start to follow you because they see it. That branding is everything. And so inside of the box, you put your pastries, you go to the local bakery or donut shop, and then you just lay it with like parchment paper, and then you put all your pastries in there. Like if you're able to get into the hospital, deliver sweet treats to them every single week, but the whole box is your branding. Does that make sense, Lisa?
Yeah.
I just went down the
Yeah.
rabbit hole of ordering boxes. Roma's on this call. She helped me order boxes for Keep It Moving. I'll tell you what, it's going to make a big difference for you when you're in these medical offices, and the whole box is your branding. But I'm happy
Okay.
for you.
All right. Awesome. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Thanks.
All right, let's go. I'm going to use that for my brother-in-law in the fire station. Yes, Evangeline, it is an amazing idea. I promise you this works if you do it right, and the whole box is just your branding. And so, Oliver, let's go to you, big dog. Let's share action that you took this week and what were the results in your business.
Yeah, so I up to this point, all my leads were, cash offer leads, right? And I decided now that I have the realtor capability, I send a blast SMS to all my leads saying, hey, the market is shifting. Would you want to know what your property might be worth? And from that, I've been having some really great conversations with people. And I already pitched a few listings, and I sent some information about, Team Fast and myself. And I'm having a few follow-up conversations. So I'm hopeful that this might lead to a listing. And that was due to just reaching out to all my leads and saying, hey, let's see what your property is worth now. So it seems to me that's a good strategy. And lastly, I will say just the fact of no longer being only like cash offer aspect and having being a full service real estate company. Not only is it going to get me more business, but the conversation themselves are way easier, much
Yeah.
less pressure. Like I'm saying, hey, look, if you don't want this, that's fine with me. I can offer you this, right? So it's helping me tremendously.
I love this. I absolutely love this. And I love that you have some versatility now and what you can tell your people, what you can offer your people. I think it's really, really powerful. So good stuff. I appreciate you sharing. Anybody else? I saw a hand, but then they went down. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Does anybody else? Yeah, Roma, if you can drop the box info. Her boxes that she ordered from me are going to be a little bit smaller, but there's different iterations. I think even next time I'm going a lot larger with my boxes. But Roma, if you can drop any information you have about the boxes, but you guys can also go to Etsy. You can also just go to Amazon. But it is your opportunity to do something really cool. So Roma, when you have a second, if you could drop that link. Patrick, there he is. Good to see you. Anybody else have a contribution before we move forward? Patrick, you have something or no? Was that just a hi? Okay. Hi, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, guys, I'm going to bring something on the screen because in the next couple of months, we're going to get very, very clear on what we need to do to close this year strong. This is separation season, and I am not going to stop saying that. This is the time of the year that is truly going to define you. You guys can make 100 G's in the next 3 months. I've seen it happen time and time again, and this is your opportunity to set yourself up for a very solid 2026. And so a lot of the conversations that we're going to be having over the course of the next couple of months is all going to be about planning, preparing, and finishing this year strong. In November, we're going to be doing business planning. We're going to do business planning in Fairfield. We're going to do business planning in Oakland. And then we're doing business planning in Stockton. Every single year we do that, but it's also our time to just get very, very aligned with where we're going. And so I wanted to bring this up, you guys. I saw this. It was kind of like I dipped into my own vault. And I wanted to go back through some of these things because I thought it was really, really powerful, especially where we are in our business. And I'm going to read this for you guys. Make sure to take a picture if you have never seen this before. But I want you guys to imagine this. I want you to sit here. I want you to imagine for a moment, a year from now, you're in the exact same place with the same frustrations and the same goals unachieved because you didn't push yourself when it really mattered. And I want to say that. And if it lands for you, if it lands for you, if it sparks a nerve in you, then good. It should spark a nerve in you. You see, I don't want you guys in the same position as you were last year. I can look around the room and I can see tremendous growth. And I'm just going to look on my screen who I have here. I can look around the room and see how Brandy's grown, how Aaron's grown. I could see how Patrick's grown. I could see how Gary's grown. I could see how Cece. I mean, I could look around the room and I can identify every single one of you that has taken strides to grow. You see, a year from now, we're not going to be in the same place unless you choose that. We're not going to have the same frustrations unless you allow that to happen. And we are not going to sit on the same goals unachieved because we are a group of action. You see, if you're coming to keep it moving and you're not doing anything about it, then shit, I'm not doing my job. You know, I should just pack it up and not even be a coach anymore because I'm not doing something that's impacting your growth. You see, so I take a lot of pride in what I do. And if you need that additional help, then you need to raise your hand. But I do not believe that we're going to be in that same spot. And if you imagine it and you can see yourself in that same spot and that same frustrations, it should light a fire underneath your ass. It should just drive you emotionally, say, you know what, I'm ready to make some change. And if your business is stagnant right now and your business is idle right now, that's nobody else's fault but yours. And you have all the power to change that. So I want you to imagine this even further. You see others started alongside of you, maybe with less talent. They don't speak as well as you, maybe with more struggles, and they're surpassing you. They're living the life that you wanted, achieving the things that you dreamed of, simply because they did what you choose not to do. You see, when you see these families going on vacations, buying things, you know, having opportunities for their family, buying houses, buying investment opportunities. I want that for all of you guys. You see, I don't want the struggle of where the money is going to come from. I want the struggle of what am I going to do to diversify my money? That's a different type of struggle. You see, the decisions that are made of how do I build this asset that I've worked so hard to create for myself. You see, those are the type of struggles that I want. I don't want you guys thinking about this a year from now. How do I build a resume? You see, I have no resume. Should I have a resume? Probably not. I don't need a resume. I got a resume. I got credibility. See, I don't want you guys to have to go build a resume and go back to a 9-to-5. And so here's what I want to encourage you guys to really think about. The people that are winning, yourselves included, you guys have embraced the discomfort and pushed through. Every moment you skip that work, you were giving someone else the edge over you. Just like we talked about this week, you guys are building two circuits. You're either building a circuit of resilience because you're walking through discomfort no matter what, and you're constantly building that circuitry, or you're building circuitry of weakness. And I believe that if you're in this room and you're in this space, you are wired because you want to build that resilience. And that's why you keep coming to keep it moving. So I want you guys to think about the pain or regret, because that will always be heavier than the effort that you put in today. I know this business is hard. I know it's challenging. I know getting on camera is tough sometimes, but get over that. I tell you what, if you sit with regret, that's going to last a lot longer than you guys just taking that forward motion, taking that time to do the hard things. And so I want to pull this up, you guys. And I want you guys to remember what we talked about early in the year, and it was called the Misogi. Does anybody remember when I talked about the Misogi? This was last year. Do you guys remember what this is, what this was? We had a communication about this. Does anybody remember? And I'll pause and I'll let you guys unpause yourself if you have the answer to what the Misogi was. No? Okay, cool. So here's the Misogi, and I was reminded of this because this year, I get to be on the same stage as Jesse Eitzler was last year, who gave one of the most powerful speeches that I'd ever seen at EXPCon. And I thought last year, like, all I want to do is I want to be on that stage, right? I just want to be on that stage. That message and that keynote was one of the best things that I ever heard. And I set a goal for myself to be on that stage. And now here it is coming full circle. So what I want you guys to think about from now until December 31st, I want you guys to do something so hard that when you look back at it, it was the one thing that scared you, that you thought you never could do. And I want you to go and do that. We talked about this at the beginning of the year, but if you have not done that yet, you got a couple months. Maybe it's running a marathon, doing a half marathon, doing Mission Peak again, whether it is, reaching out to I had somebody say their Misogi was reaching out to their birth parents. They had never met them before. I have a Misogi to go to find my dad by the end of the year. So it's just like, what is the one big thing that you guys are going to commit to doing by the end of the year? One big thing, right? And I want you guys to own that. Right? And say, okay, I'm going to purposefully go and do something really, really hard. Maybe it's losing weight. Maybe it's doing 75-day hard, whether it's a hike, whether it's a backpacking trip, maybe it's a half marathon, whole marathon, ultra marathon. I don't know what it is for you, but I want you guys to know that when you do this, when you set a Misogi for the year, whether you've done it yet, or whether you still have not accomplished that Misogi, something in you gets awakened. Something in you is now released to saying, oh my God, look at this. We are wired for this, right? I want you guys to rewire your brain. Everything that you're doing is, I push through hard things. I accept hard things. I set a big goal for myself. I accomplish that big goal, and I'm going to do some really hard things. And so I want to encourage you guys to think about, if you were to do a Misogi from now until December 31st, what would it be? And I want you guys to take yourself off of mute. If you guys have something that you're going to do, you're ready to do, you're excited to do, you're scared as shit to do. Like, I was looking at Eric King's stories over the weekend. He never ran a half marathon, and then he ran a half marathon. Now he's getting prepped and prepared for a whole marathon. That's a Misogi, right? I have a friend that just went backpacking and did this crazy, hike for 3 days. That's a Misogi. Do any of you have something on your mind that you want to accomplish from now until the end of the year? And if so, please share. So I got Lisa. Anybody else, feel free to throw their hand up and get involved in this conversation. What do you got for us, Lisa?
It's funny you say that, and I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. So I attempted a marathon in 2018. Stephanie, I feel you. I was prepping for my daughter's ski set at that time. We had the crazy fires. I had a really bad respiratory issue. I did 20 miles out of the 26. But I didn't finish it out just because I was going to hold up my friends. And it's been like on my mind since then. So this year I'm going to do the next sim.
Okay. I absolutely love this. And I've never done one myself. I don't know if I'm that inspired to do a marathon, but
I love
I
running
think,
though. I do love running.
okay. I'm definitely inspired to complete the Spartan. So we all did a Spartan race. Well, a few of us did a Spartan race a few years ago, and it's like a puzzle piece. And then you get 3, and then it's like, oh, I did the Spartan. So I am inspired to get myself into another Spartan race, because now I have the ability to do so without this injury. But I love that. Ashley, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. I want you to share a little bit about what you just put in the chat, and let's have a conversation about that. Let's roll, big dog.
So I did this in 2014. It's called the Whole Life Challenge. You can do it in teams. So when I did it, I was at the bank and I had like 10 people that did it with me. And it is literally the whole life challenge. So you pick a nutrition plan that they have three to choose from easy to hard. And then they give you challenges for sleep, for water, for reflection. There's journal prompts, and you have to document it and you get a certain amount of points. And it's just a giant competition that you can do together with a team. I really liked it.
Really? Okay. And then what were the results for you in your life?
I mean, anything when you do any type of health challenge, you're really pushing yourself to do things that you don't think that you can do on a regular basis. You have accountability with everyone. I felt a lot better. I lost a lot of weight. And then I really did like the reflection part because just like you were saying, it lets you slow down and journal and really think about your whole life. So it's not just one part, it is holistically all of the parts of health.
I absolutely love this. I really, really love this. And I was thinking about this the other day, you guys. Since I've been tracking my sleep, tracking calories, and doing this meal prep, and then working with the coach, I can't remember the last time I started to feel sick. You see, when I travel, a lot of times, as soon as I fly, I get to my destination, for whatever reason, I start to feel sick. But I think that I have less toxins in my body. Not saying I was full of toxins, but there was just things that were probably not helping me. Inflammation, certain types of bread and tortillas and all these things. Not saying that I don't like my tortillas. I've just really minimized those things. And what I found is that I have more energy. And then I'm drinking less coffee, but I have more energy. And also, I haven't had any signs of being sick at all. And so I think that it all goes to the diet and what's going in and how I'm tracking. And then the water, I'm drinking at least a gallon a day still since finishing 75-day hard. So I appreciate you sharing. Ashley, Nicole, what do you got for us?
On that vein, so you inspired me to get me a smart ring to start tracking my sleep. And up until I'd say like May or so, I was sick every month. Every month I was getting sick, like a little bit after my treatment, I guess because my white blood cell count goes down. Now my whole family has rings. My dad is still trying to get his to sync to his phone, but I got everybody a ring because I'm like, hey, I think I figured, so thank you for that. It's been very exciting. Also been tracking my steps, trying to get 13,000 steps in a day. I'm actually getting ready to go do the first dog walk. I have to walk my dog separately, so that helps me get my 13,000. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that.
I absolutely love this. You guys, like, I'm looking for here is I'm looking for balance, right? You see the top section there represents stress. The middle section, or the second to the top section, that represents being engaged. You see, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a balanced day. Well, I'll know at certain peaks, like what was it that stressed me out in that day? I typically do not have my line going into the stress. So it tells me that I'm really, really good at tempering my emotion, tempering my energy, and being able to look at it and calculate these things. So I want to encourage you guys. I think that we are in an identity era. You'll continue to hear me say that, but I also believe that we're in a health era. I believe that our industry is healthier than it's been years and years ago. I know we're still closing down bars and partying at certain times, but I think we're more conscious of our sleep, conscious of our calories, conscious of our intake of water, intake of alcohol consumption, smoking, whatever else. And so I think, like, if you can find a Whoop or whatever, they even have knockoff Oura rings that my daughter got, and it's actually the same thing. But being able to know when you're in the pocket, when you're stressed, and then looking at that time and being like, damn, I was actually on a listing appointment. I saw my stress peak, go high. What could I do to prepare to make sure that I reduce that stress before, or at least be conscious of it? Let's go, Nicole. You threw your hand up again.
Oh, I was gonna say also, never mind. I forgot that quickly what I was gonna.
Okay, good. Well, make sure you're doing things that feed your brain and your memory as well. So let's go here. You guys, I want you to make some promises to yourself. And I think that, you guys, it is such a powerful time of the year. I love this time of year. So promise yourself. I want you guys to turn your pain into power and struggle into strength. You see, we all have something that's going on. right? We all have something that's going on behind the scenes. And so I want you guys to turn that pain into power, and I want you to turn that struggle into strength. And I want you to promise yourselves to stay true to your vision, no matter how many distractions come along the way. You see, when we talk about vision, what I believe is that vision might change over time. You might be more aware. You might find out things about yourself. You might grow. You might get out of a relationship, get into a new relationship. Your vision can change, and that's okay as long as you're conscious about it, and then you're staying true to whatever that is. Whatever that vision is for you in your life, I support that as long as it's very clear to you. Promise yourself to never settle for less than what you are capable of achieving. Each one of you are really powerful. Each one of you are really, really powerful as human beings. But what happens is that you allow circumstances to take that power. You allow distractions to take that power. And what we need to own is the very most important commodity right now. It's our focus. There's so many things that can steal and take our focus and take us down different pathways. So I don't ever want you to settle for anything less than you are capable of. So keep going, even though the road gets tough. The hardships of today lay the foundation for tomorrow's strength. And you guys, promise yourself that we rise stronger with every setback. And because quitting is never an option. You see, each of you have something powerful inside of you that says, I can change my life. I could change my family's life. And all I want for you guys to know you 5 years from now and to be able to look back and be like, wow, I remember when you weren't making shit for money. I remember when your paychecks were 30,000 for the year, and like look back, and we're somewhere 5 years from now celebrating, and you've created this beautiful empire for your family, and you've retired your parents, and you've helped pay for your daughter's college, and you bought her first condo, and you've traveled all these cool places, and you remember all the struggles and the hardships and the shit that you had to go through, and the knocks in the chins and the kicks in the belly. You remember all those things. You say, you know what? I made it. Look at me. Look at me. I made it. And you guys, I promise you, just from firsthand experience, if you could just keep your head down, you can continue to stay focused, all things will continue to get better for you in this business. We don't quit, right? We don't quit. We don't stop in the middle. We don't quit. And we continue going forward based on the vision that we have for this business. So I'm curious from you guys, as we set out into, this fourth quarter, coming to the end of our third quarter, when you talk about separation season, if you were to get on the mic right now and tell us what your separation season looks like, what action that you are committed already to taking from now to the end of the year, I want you guys to share with us. You're launching this, you're doing this, you have 5 campaigns ready to roll. Like, what does that actually look like for your separation season? And this is the time where you're going to declare, you're going to reflect, and you're going to look at your last 4 months of the year and say, bring it on. Like, I am ready. Who has something that they want to share that represents their separation season from now until the end of the year? And don't be shy. I want you to get on the mic. I want you guys to share. It could be new AI tools. It could be this, fueling your business. Patrick, I'm glad you raised your hand, big dog. What do you got for us? What represents separation season for you?
No, for sure. And I love the new albums you have in the back. Big J. Cole fan, you know what I mean? But
dude, I just think like lyrically, poetically, a wordplay, bro. His rhymes are so smart, so smart.
oh no, for sure, for sure. J. Cole saved my life in the military. And speaking of the military, I feel like the past 2 weeks, we've been on the topic of refocusing up, dialing up, and doubling down on the rest of the year. And I've really been thinking about it, really been marinating. And I went back and thought about in the military, we used to do these things every Tuesday, every Thursday, we do QM checks, quality maintenance on all of our equipment. And so I thought about that. I used to do this every single week. Why do I not do this in my systems, in my job, in my career right now? Why don't I set a dead on Thursday where I do a quality maintenance? How is my emailing? How is my templates? Is it up to date? Does it look jacky? How's my follow-up? And so the past 2 weeks, I've been really just dialing down. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been through like the last week I was in a rut. I was like, I don't know what to do. I've been thinking way too hard about this, kind of like a paralysis moment. And then I realized, yo, we have AI. Let me just type this thing up, all my problems, all my tasks, whatever I have to do that I don't know what to do about it. Let me just put it up in there and tell ChatGPT, hey man, tell me where to start. And so from there, now I develop a calendar. I wish I can show you guys, but it's pretty packed right out with micro breaks and hydration and mobility. And it says right there when I need to start scouting for networking events, when to start open house prospecting. Man, I have a whole schedule dialed down for me right now just because of that one quality maintenance check of that 1 week. And so I challenge everyone here to do a quality maintenance check every single week of how you guys did your business. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. And yeah, that's my way of doubling down for the rest of the year and try to get my goal.
I really, really resonate with this. I just sent you a message right now. I'm going to connect you with somebody that is looking for a partner that is a veteran. And so I thought this would be a really good opportunity for you. But why aren't you making, oh, it's so crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Why aren't you marketing to more military families? I'm going to hook you up with a crazy opportunity right now. But I love how Patrick is saying, you know what, I just need to slow down right now in order to look at my systems, look at my operational efficiencies. You guys, this is the time where you reflect. This is the time of the year where you say, what's working, what's not working, what are my systems, what are my tools, what is my skills, what does my dialogue look like, what do my marketing campaigns look like, what are my emails, what am I doing over and over again that I can automate, right? What is the same shit that I'm typing over and over again? How do I leverage chat? So I put a prompt in here. It says, outline a 90-day operational improvement plan to help me delegate more, stress less, and stay in the zone of genius. Generate an SOP template I can use to document recurring tasks in my business. Like, you guys can just start there. Patrick, if you have something else that you want to add there in chat, feel free. But man, I love where your head's at. Let's go, Gary Archer. Your hand went up, big dog. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, went up, went down. You know, I do it. I'm up, down, up, down. Hey, so I just want to add a tool I've been working with the last couple of weeks. Just want to throw the team. It's called Gamma, Gamma. Gamma is an incredible presentation builder. When you utilize ChatGPT with the right prompts, and then you grab what it says and you tell ChatGPT, I'm gonna bring it into Gamma. Gamma creates incredible slides, the way they position the words and headlines and things like that. And you could drag and drop pictures in, or you could creates AI pictures for your presentation, as long as you do the right prompts in the presentation, like realistic photos, like relevant to the Bay Area. It's going to create incredible artwork. It's going to make your words look like $1 million, guys. And meaning, you could create one specifically for each client. You can make it editable. Like, this is meaning marketing tools like, like, don't sell your house if you do these 4 things, right? So like you could do a whole slide campaign, and then it'll create the presentation as the lead magnet presentation you send them, right? So like, all in one, within 5 minutes, you could create a lead magnet with the net that throws out and grabs them, right? Instantly. It just, if you want to think about it, you could do it. Whether is your price going up? Is interest rate going to affect me? Anything you could think of, as well as ChatGPT. If you search it, it's going to tell you. As you know, Elias, the pain points. What are the pain points? What are people searching for? And say, yo, I'm just going to use ChatGPT around it. But, before, I'm sure people are like, yeah, I do that. Now what? Gamma's your trick. Slide it into Gamma. Create your flow, your imagery, and it's going to make you feel more confident to do more. At least it has me.
So Gary, I want to, I know you're on your phone right now, right?
Yes.
Let's do this. Why don't next week, would it be helpful for you guys to see a live demonstration of Gamma? Yeah, would you guys tune in for that? So Gary, if you can, I'm familiar with the platform, but I'd love to see it real time, how you're presenting it. Would you mind doing that for us next Friday?
Yeah, I'm with it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so you guys, it's a tool that will separate you. And I'm going to give you guys a list here also, since we're talking AI. Did anybody watch the Tom Ferry Summit over the last couple of days? Please raise your hand if you did. And in that conversation, I'm sure you heard a lot about AI. Was there anything that you guys heard that you guys want to start implementing in your business that you say, wow, those are some things that I'm going to start doing? I would love to hear from you guys on that vein while we talk a little bit about AI. Anybody have anything that was a takeaway, an aha moment, something that they want to share from what they learned from Tom Ferry last couple of weeks or last couple of days? Let's go, Gary. Back to you.
Yeah. What really stood out to me is, as we all know about the AI and what it could do for us, I think the most amazing thing that I've been hearing about, but I heard them talk to double down, is AI has the ability to create workers within your workforce and send them out at the same time. Create agents, whether it's a research agent, whether it's this agent, whether it's that. Meaning, it's like hiring someone. You could hire someone in AI, send them on a task, and you could do more than one task at a time. You could have 5 or 6 things happen at the same time. And these agents just don't scan the internet. They go deep and open hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of websites at one time, scanning, bringing the information, and whatever you tell it to do. Oh, I need a better, I need my budget to be better. Like, what is the best play? And they're going to scan it out. Oh, you're a real estate agent? How much money you make a year? Like all the things that I think matter instead of just hypothetically. So use these agents, put them to work. And if you have a few dollars, in the next, I'm going to say in the next 30 days, I'm going to have an AI agent that answers my phone calls, answers questions, that does everything. That's going to be my voice. It's going to be the play. And so that way, all I have to do is come to the magic show and do magic. I'm going to let them set up the show, sell the tickets, and I'm going to just show up and do the magic.
Man, I absolutely love this. So listen, you guys, I want you guys to think about using chat to help you understand the different chat or AI tools that there is out there. So we were in a VIP session last week with my coach, Raquel, and Kenny talked about all kinds of different programs: Recall, Claude, Perplexity, Vibe Coding, Lovable, Grok, Gemini, Superhuman, DeepSeek, ContentIdeas.io, Make.com or Make.com, Telegraph.bot, Runway, and Higgsfield. So what I did is I just started to ask chat to break down what each one of these did. And so I'm creating my list and I'm doing my homework and I'm going down the rabbit hole. But here's the things that I want you guys, and I would encourage you guys as you're growing and looking at these things, take one bite at a time. I don't need you to eat the whole elephant at one time, but take one bite at a time. But here's some of the top things that people are using in our industry right now. And just think, how can I implement this? How can I just go to, let's go to one of these and we'll go to, what is it? Let's go to Grok. See, what Grok is cool with is that, say you have an image of downtown Walnut Creek. You could put that same image into Walnut Creek, or excuse me, into Grok, and tell it to create an animated video of that. So it takes a still and turns it into animation that you could then use. I think it's really, really cool. There's all kinds of different things, but you guys, right now, we're in an era of AI to where it's popping up everywhere, kind of like the .com boom of the late 90s. And so what's happening is that it's coming at you from all different angles. And so what I encourage you to do is take one and start to learn about it. And once you fully understand the capability and the functionality and you've test drove it, then cool. Then see how you can implement that and leverage it in your business. And then you go on to the next. So right now, they're everywhere, all these tools. What will happen in the future is that it will be aggregated. It will be more easy for us to access. One channel will probably offer multiple different things, but it's an emerging technology that is not going anywhere. So what I want you to do is take bite-sized chunks at these things. Like, go down the rabbit hole and say, okay, cool. How do I use this thing? Watch the videos, learn about it, spend the time in it. And I promise you, if you spend the time, just like we do chat, you're going to find these tools are going to help you leverage, scale, delegate, and build a plan for yourself that was going to help you operate as a CEO. Once again, I don't want any of you thinking of yourselves like agents. You guys all should be thinking of high level as a CEO would think. It's different focuses, different behaviors, different habits, and different energy. And so use AI to help you leverage your time, to learn new ways to get messaging across, to take a video and repurpose it, take a picture, bring it to life. Guys, so many cool things that we could be doing about it, doing with it. So Patrick, you wrote some things in the chat. Let's hear from you really quick and before we move on.
Oh no, I just shared one AI tool that I use as well that created a website for me that I use pretty frequently to kind of look into the local market of the Bay Area, San Francisco wise. There's a block by block intel there that shows demographics, whether young professionals, family, students. But anyways, I was able to create this website by utilizing this platform called Manus AI, and I told ChatGPT, hey, how can I make a website that it doesn't exist yet? To make me a prompt for Manus AI to do it for me properly. So I just wanted to share that. And also thank you, Jessica, for all this screenshots. I'm definitely going to study this.
Yeah, so Jessica, let's get you chiming in. You threw a couple of screenshots in there. What's your contribution? We'd love to hear from you directly. Jessica
Hey,
Spear.
Elias. Yeah,
Hi,
I'm
Hannah.
sorry. Hey, Elias. Yeah, no, I was just saying how ChatGPT could be useful to position him as the VA realtor.
Ooh, okay. All right, take us a little further down that vein.
So on ChatGPT, I put, let me see. Sorry, let me open it. I put, because I didn't want to mess with whatever I have set up, I just put, if you're a realtor who is in the military and want to market to VA buyers, what are some things I should do to market? And then it gave me a list of things that he could possibly do to market for VA buyers.
I absolutely love this. Really good stuff, Jessica. I'm going to hook you guys up with something, even though you're not in intensity. And next time you should be in intensity. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to push you a little bit. But I just put a prompt in here that I shared with our group. Act as a high-level social media strategist, and content marketer. My niche is enter your niche, and my target audience is enter your target audience. I need a 30-day content plan that maximizes engagement, builds authority, and drives conversions. The plan should include content categories, daily post ideas, viral hook formulas, captions with CTAs, and 5, batching and repurposing strategies. Make it clear, actionable, designed to save time while growing my brand's influence. Keep it high converting, practical, and easy to implement. There's a fire prompt for you guys right there, right? So what I did is I signed up for an AI prompt course. So anything that I get from there, I'm going to jack and I'm going to bring it to you guys here, and I'll bring it to intensity. So, oftentimes I want to try to reduce the amount of time and thinking and just help you guys have it and make it very, very simple. Make sense, you guys? All right. So I have a big question for you, and I'm going to pose this for you guys. I want you guys to take a picture of this. I want you guys to sit with this. And I want you guys to really reflect on this before the year ends. Before the year ends, you guys, I'm committed to accomplishing this task, activity, operational efficiency, or goal. The result of this commitment in my life and business is, and I want you to fill in the blank. This is not an ask. This is going to be a requirement of each of you. I want each of you to answer this question, and I want you guys to have the answer for me on Monday. No, actually, Monday, a lot of people are taking the time off. I want you to have the answer for me by Friday. Take a picture, write it down, remember it, photograph it. I don't care. But let me say it one more time for the people in the back of the room and everyone that will see this in the future. Before the end of the year, I am committed to accomplishing. You're going to insert the task, activity, operational efficiency, goal, etc. The result of this commitment in my life and business is, and I want you to fill in the blank. If you committed to 5 days of working out from now until the end of the year, do the math. How many workouts in that would that be? What would you look like? What would you feel like? What kind of energy would you have? What would the cut of your chin look like because you lost a few pounds in your face? You could see it. What is the confidence that you are now displaying? If you committed to making X amount of calls every single day from now until the end of the year, if you committed to launching 17 marketing campaigns from now until December 31st, what would be the results in your business? Be very clear on this. I'm coming full circle next week, and I'm taking a picture right now. Actually, Judith, make sure we have our attendance report for this. She does a really good job of knowing who's in the room. I'm going to come back full circle, and I want you guys to contribute, and I want it to be real, and I want it to be something that we all can look back at when we get into January, be like, damn, look what I did at the end of the year to close the year strong. Does that make sense, everybody? Do I have everybody's commitment? Listen, you're either going to commit or you're just not going to show up on Friday next week and you're going to have your camera off. Just commit to this. Okay, just commit to it. Have some fun with me. I'm here to push you and help you guys achieve more in your life, business, health, and relationships. Gary, I love that you did this. I can't wait for us to do a full breakdown of how Gamma works, especially as you guys are doing more teaching, more education, your buyer consultation, or your buyer workshops, your design workshop, all the things that you guys are doing. You guys, Gamma is going to help you save a lot of time. I spent a lot of time making slides. I don't use Gamma, which I should. And this is probably something I need to really dive into. So let's do this. Let's get some key thoughts, key takeaways from our time together today. Let's roll. Aaron, Chris, I'm going to go over to CC. Let's get a key takeaway from you, and then we'll go CC, key takeaways from you. Let's roll.
My key takeaway of that Gamma thing is something I've been taking all these screenshots as people have been sending and putting it in a PD Word document to touch on later. But I really, the thing I wrote down first and foremost that Patrick brought up that is pretty slick is that quality maintenance check. That is something that I think seems like, one, if the military is doing it every Thursday, then it's something that can definitely help us in our way. And again, this is one of those things where when you're self-employed, you're a realtor, you're running your own business, you're the CEO, you're not on a 9 to 5 where it's like your boss is like, here, do this, do that. And so having little things like this that consistently you're doing it Wednesday, Thursday, whenever you do it, but it's there, it also compounds because you're doing that quality check. So okay, I do this every Thursday. Now I see where my holes are and I can fix things. And so that quality maintenance check is gold.
Cece, let's go over to you. Good to see you back in the space. Let's roll, big dog. What do you got for us?
Okay, I took a ton of notes. I'm so glad I was able to come today. I think the theme that I got was just having that plan from now until the end of the year. So really just looking at these next 4 months, locking in, building a 90-day plan, just all the things that we need to do to really finish strong. I've had just so many changes this year and a lot of good. And I really do want to finish super strong and continue taking all the things I've learned from EXP, from you, all the other agents, and just continue to implement just everything. And which is a lot, but I don't know. I'm excited and I want to make a plan, because what do they say? If you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. And
Right.
just continue working hard to take action. I mean, that's just been gold for me.
DC, I absolutely love this. And you have to ask yourself, what would a CEO do? Right? It's 4 months left of the year. What would a CEO do? A CEO is going to sit in the boardroom. They're going to talk with their staff. They're going to share the directional focus of their company. They're going to forecast. They're going to work on their marketing plans. They're going to make sure that their budget is tight. They're going to plan. You guys are CEOs. So ask yourself, what would a CEO do right now from now until December 31st and operate in that mindset? I promise you, it's a different style of thinking. It's a different identity. So ask yourself, what would a CEO do in this moment? Let's go, Evangeline. Evangeline, key thoughts and key takeaways from our time together today. Let's roll.
I think I'm realizing I really need to commit to something. Like, I think that it's easy for me to make excuses. Oh, well, the baby, this and oh, that. But like, I also, think of myself as a woman of my word. So how can those two things exist at the same time if you're not being of your word? So I think really listening to this, I'm locking in. I'm like, actually, I just sent out a mass prospecting email right now as I was listening to this. Like, it got some fire under my ass. So we're committing to make the last 4 months a prosperous for my business.
I love this. I love this. You guys, I'm going to be in the Stockton office today. I'm not too sure if I'll see everybody. I'm just going to put a quick temperature check out there. We're doing a Q4 marketing planning meeting. So if you guys are in the Stockton area, that happens today at noon. We have our Intensity Alumni Private Mastermind that happens at 10. If you are a graduate from that, I sent out the invite. It is on your calendar. Make sure that you guys are in that room. I have something cool planned for that group as well. But hopefully I get to see you guys. We're going to continue to have these conversations, and then we're doing business planning. You guys know, if you've spent any time with me over the last couple of years, we go full tilt for business planning. It is 4 hours. This year, I'm going to have workbooks that are all created for you guys. You guys will be able to have your thing. You could flip to it any time of the year, be able to look at your goals, look at your budget, look at your revenue. So we're going to have some fun with it and make sure we take it to the next level this year. So listen, if you guys need anything, let me know. Before I head out, Jessica, you threw your hand up really quick.
Yes, I'm sorry. You said, what are you having at the Stockton office today?
Today, we're doing a Q4 marketing strategic meeting. So it's like your marketing plan for the last, part of the year.
Okay, are we having that at the Oakland office anytime soon?
We did one a couple weeks ago. I'm going to do another one because the conversation is even more prevalent now. So the answer is yes. Stay tuned for dates.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the room. Thank you for contributing at a high level. I appreciate you guys. If you need anything at all, feel free to send me a message, give me a phone call, shoot me a video. But as always, my friends, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and make today a day that truly matters. Peace.